Back?
We're back now.
All right.
All right. Oh, we're back.
Hey.
Well, that's good.
Ouch.
Hopefully.
What happened? That hurts.
Yeah. So we, we had a computer crash and it's fixed. So hopefully it won't happen again today, and we'll put a new computer in here by tomorrow, because that shouldn't happen. So sorry about that.
But you made it back to the hub.
Yep.
And I think you want to pay. Don't you want to pay the?
Do I even have enough though?
the bear?
No, I need 300 for the kangaroo.
Extortionist.
He took 200. Well, I did, but he took all
Flame
my.
those wicker baskets.
Yeah,
so we
just-
need more gems in there.
Kind of ransack the level and get all the loot.
Yeah, I want to play the kangaroo.
Okay, so we got to get to this kangaroo level. Are those sheep?
And you can charge this one. Yeah, those are to give you health.
Basically, the predecessor to the sheepinator right there
Yes,
in sheep form.
that's right.
So, okay, what are we doing? Oh.
40 more points.
No, but I need full 300, I think.
What the hell is that?
That's
What? He's a tiki. Well, he
That's
says
a
tiki. He's a tiki, right?
statue, of
It's
course.
a
This is
tiki
the tiki
drink.
level. Yeah.
Damn.
Do I have how many eggs do I have? It didn't say 10, huh? Probably don't have 10 yet. Okay. Corey, are you sure we're back?
We're back.
Okay, cool. I fully. Oh, people are blaming me, and I see the chat still going, and people are saying they're blaming me. I can't even see us anymore streaming, but the chat seems to still be going. So,
Should I deep refresh?
that's okay. If I can see the chat, it's cool. The game camera is impassive and moves more slowly. If you can, I'd like to change it to active.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Yes, yes, finally.
That fairy should have been the first thing you saw in the game.
Right.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so much better. It's so much better already. There's an egg at the bottom of the lake. Oh, I see. So the dragon has to go. The dragon has to swim. Tutorial
Right.
Yes.
before I go to the swimming world. You know, swimming world's in 3D. Is there oxygen in Spyro games? Am I gonna find out if there's oxygen?
I don't. No, actually, there is because Spark.
Oh, is he
Spark's
supposed
the
to be your
dragonfly, I
oxygen
believe.
meter?
I think.
Do you know who Bruce?
Maybe
that
not.
was Bruce Straley from
Naughty Dog.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
that really? Is that who that
Yeah,
is?
He was dating an Insomniac at the time.
That's
right. So he got in there.
That's awesome. So we just saved Bruce from Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
Well, formerly of Naughty Dog. I believe
Oh.
he just retired or stepped away. Like, so
Yeah.
but he left officially. But congratulations to him. Great.
Congratulations for making it into
Spyro 3 and to the first inaugural live stream of Insomniac here in the new studio space.
I wonder if someone knew that 17 years ago and said someday he'll. So you got enough gems to go play the kangaroo.
Yeah, I guess you don't run out of oxygen. I thought you did for some reason.
That was
Yeah, it could be.
Cerritas, I hope I'm saying it right. This might seem like an iffy question given what it concerns, but what do you think about Spyro fan games coming up at the moment, set in the classic era, Spyro 2, Spring Savannah, Spyro 4, Myths Awaken, made as closable as possible to the original style, low poly, vertex shading, colors? It's one of those...
They want a remake?
Well, people definitely want a remake. That's 100% sure. That's all, That's, as you may know, if you don't know, Activision owns the rights to Spyro. They were with Universal, and through a series of mergers and things like that, essentially Activision owns Spyro. That's why you saw Spyro and Skylanders. So, I think we always like fan stuff is cool, but, when you start making actual games, that starts to sometimes get a little iffy if it potentially, depending on what people have planned for their game brand, it may not be something that, Activision wants to let happen. We don't own the rights, so it's not really for us to say if that's okay or not okay, but we always
think we love it.
we'd love to see them make a
Yeah.
remaster, and in terms of fans
I'd wanna
making
play that.
stuff, like, it's always cool to see people doing things they're really passionate about. And I think one of the best ways of making, if you want to learn to make games, is just to start making games. There's a lot of resources out there for you that can help you make a video game if you want to do that. And so a lot of times I think people have gotten their start by making, fan projects. You can learn a ton just by trying to put something together and do it.
Yeah, well, look what happened with Sonic.
Yeah, that's true. Sonic Mania was a lot of fans who really were passionate about making a game that way. So I think Spyro fans, we hear you for sure. It's not something we are in control of these days, but you know, stay passionate about what you love, and hopefully you'll get something you want eventually. I guess. I don't know.
That's right. Maybe you'll make
It's not
a
up to us.
Spyro game. Yeah.
I think
So
a
you
remaster would be cool. Buying and you know stuff. That's the other thing. If you love platformers and you love these type of games, support them when they come out, because if there's one thing people always notice is, you know, when games like Ratchet or like the Crash remaster do well, that can send a message to the folks in the industry. So do I have 300? Oh, I'm short.
You're very short.
I'm short like 2.
You're
Can't
very
you spot me?
close.
Isn't there like a take a penny, leave a penny thing here with?
No.
Wait, what happened? Why did it look? Did he just? Is he sending
Wait,
me to some
maybe-
like debtor's prison now because I didn't have enough?
No,
oh,
no,
no,
you
I
have
did.
enough.
I did
You
have
did
enough.
Yeah, it wasn't
Okay.
super clear. Huh.
I thought I had like
That's
298.
good of you, mate. No hard feelings,
You
eh?
know, it's
Oh, that's right. She's got an Australian accent. Her name's Sheila. Which you don't necessarily go together, but
I reckon you'd be one of them.
so Moneybags gets his just desserts.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to skip the cutscene.
I went to a retro game store in Seattle this summer, and they didn't have any Spyros. I asked the guy, and he said Spyros are really hard to find.
Dude,
And,
Really?
so
they're
this
very
is
collectible.
I was trying to find one just in the studio. Could not find a copy of
Right.
Spyro in the studio.
Interesting.
Someone did finally email me saying they had like 1 and maybe 2 at home. We don't even have a copy in the studio of Spyro.
Right.
How crazy is that? Like I went to our game library and everything, no copies of Spyro. So then there's this awesome used game store in terms of like it's like a warehouse of used games. It's just around the road from here, just up the road from here. And I like, oh, of course they'll have at least one of them. Like I didn't even I wanted to play Spyro 3 today, but I was like, it doesn't really matter which one. They didn't have any of them in stock. And so fortunately, like you can just get them on. Oh wait, what? Now I'm Sheila?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And I have like super
we
bouncy.
can- you
It's like
can
jumping
talk and
flash
play at
right
the same
here.
Right.
But yeah, so I ordered a copy from like Amazon Warehouse, which is just a disc with like out the case or anything like that. But it still was like $30 for a copy of Spyro these days. Although I think you can play digital versions of them for like $8 on PS3.
Okay.
Okay, so I got a bounce up there. Got it. Okay.
You can bounce and you can kick.
Yeah, you can't do a big jump out of water, but you can do it from the ground.
This
Wasn't there?
is-
I can't remember if you have a
Can you
double
chain
jump or
together
not.
jumps?
You have
Jump.
it. So it's you got to chain this jump,
There you
and
go.
there we go.
You
But
have to push forward.
you know what? I probably have to charge or something.
Yeah.
Well, I was pushing forward, but let's see. Maybe I need to be running forward the whole time on the bounce. Or maybe there's a triple bounce. I don't know.
Oh. So disappointing. And he makes
No.
I thought I had it there. This is bad. This is embarrassing right now. This is.
Well, is it you or is it the game? I wonder.
It's definitely me. Are you guys making fun of me? You should be. I mentioned Jumping Flash, and that's one of my all-time favorite.
We weren't
old-
very forgiving back in the late '90s when we were developing this.
Are you getting the height? Come on.
Yeah, there should be
Push
like
it.
I think it's a double. I think you have to do a double jump.
I was doing the double jump. I just feel like I wasn't getting enough.
Don't jump so close to the edge.
Maybe I need to wait till I'm up
Yeah,
higher.
probably at the apex of your jump, possibly.
So, like,
oh,
I
wait,
feel like
wait. You have to jump when you land. I believe that's.
Yeah, I am jumping when I land. That's the whole thing. Like, because I get this tall jump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. See.
Someone
So
telling me.
So jump forward and jump.
Okay. I'm
Try.
gonna-
Go practice.
See, like he almost like slows down though when he starts jumping. Maybe I'm gonna go. I'm switching to digital controls. Maybe it's the analog. Maybe if I full on. Oh, see, that was really close. Just with the.
This is painful.
I can't even get over the first jump that's supposed to teach you the high jump.
Right. Didn't you read that paragraph of text that came up?
Maybe she said, did she say something? Talk to me again. Tell me about my joke, Billy. Follow Bobby and Pete up your air hop. Press. Oh, X at the top of your jump.
Oh.
Oh.
I think that's called a
It's
double
jump. Yeah.
Wait a second. What were you doing?
So this double jump we had this whole time. That's what I get for not reading the text. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so these are the goats that I gotta follow all around. See that? They put his underpants up a
So
tree?
you can kick him.
Okay, got it. Where am I
I
supposed
think
to
he's that blue guy. There he is.
Oh, got it. Oh! Got him. Alright. Let's go, Billy Goats.
Oh, so you're just clearing the path for these guys with giant horns that can't take care of business.
Then press it exactly when you hit the ground to do a double jump. Oh, I see. So if I jump...
Yeah.
There it is, but that's just for height. Okay, so double jump forward to get across things. Height. Alright, we got this.
You know what bugs me? It's
So,
just these
thank
cracks
you.
in all the walls. It looked like you could kick them. I keep thinking I could kick them to break open secret areas.
There's
Ruby.
That's my wife.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Right.
It looks just...
I have this now. I have record of this forever. Oh, we hope she's not watching.
Well, the funny thing is...
there you go. Can you kick that crack? Probably not, because I've seen them in a lot of places.
Yeah, that looks just like a...
Yeah, all right.
This is not Zelda. We don't drop a bomb.
I think the rule back here was if it was in geometry, you could interact with it, and if it was a texture, you couldn't. But
Yeah.
Ryan says we're shutting this set down after the double jumping fiasco we just had. So, guys,
was
it
a
was nice.
disaster,
It's been
yes.
fun. I hope you like
James.
this for 45 minutes.
All right.
I'm sorry we ruined it.
Who's Ryan?
Brian Schneider.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
He's just pissed because he doesn't have an egg. That Ryan in the game is Ryan Denniston.
Is that
There's
really
some-
Ryan
Yeah,
Denniston?
there's a different Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Or there's my son Ryan also.
All right. Who was born right when this game came out?
Yes, unfortunately there was an Insomniac named Alex because my other son wasn't born. His name's Alex.
Hmm.
So we got the goats going back to their houses, or Pete the mountain goat. Let's play a joke. Wait, now we're egging someone. Oh, okay. I'm gonna egg him with Jenny.
Yeah.
Jenny.
This is kind of, oh right, well, that's my wife's name, but I hadn't met her at the time. This is actually really cool right here. There's this effect that goes up, which is another like tech marvel, because we didn't have Z buffering, so you couldn't just slice a guy. So I think Al was like somehow programmatically changing the shape of all the polygons.
Yeah,
as
we were
that
just
effect comes up.
shrinking the vertices.
Yeah, right.
Moving the vertices.
Yeah.
Someone said the whole. Someone told Ryan that they have permission to tell me that I'm as bad as my Huskers. Thanks.
Oh.
It's been hurtful this week. So we're supposed to egg someone, and now we're smashing. So I have to stomp attack. How to stomp? Press triangle in the air. Okay, so instead of hovering, I get to stomp. So now I'm gonna basically go smash a bunch of people's houses. Got it.
But they're mushrooms.
They're mushrooms. Of course they are.
Rhinos live in mushrooms.
Of course we're gonna do a butt stomp on a mushroom.
Every other game has a mushroom that you bounce off of. Starts to just destroy them.
Oh.
No.
All right,
I didn't realize I actually had health because I'm just
Right,
like, oh, I
yeah.
never see a
3
health
hits
bar.
and
I'm
you're
fine.
dead, Yeah.
Lasted a
So
long
it was
time.
back then.
Okay, well, here's a question for you guys that's maybe a little deeper. The Frex asks, so here's a deep question. Since some of you guys have been in the industry for quite a while, where would you like to see the industry go with how we play games? VR is slowly doing its thing. What about embracing, well, I mean, multi-platform crossplay? I don't know, like, I'll start on multi-platform crossplay. Like, I mean, we don't have anything, we have The Unspoken is the only multiplayer game we have at the moment. So that's kind of not something where we have to worry about that, though. I think there are players that play on different things with Revive or whatever, and fine, like no big deal. But in terms of how you guys want to play games, like what excites you right now? Brian, you directed Edge of Nowhere, which is a VR game, so.
Yeah, I think it's always intriguing. I mean, I think just thinking about multiplayer VR crossplay sounds cool to me. To be able to actually have people play on a non-VR game with someone in VR, and Sony's done some experiments with that. I think there's a lot of cool opportunities out there. I'm definitely excited about AR as well. But it's kind of cool that there's just like a lot of different ways to play games these days, and I think to be able to connect people in different ways could be fun. That's not the greatest answer, but
No. Well, it's interesting too. You mentioned AR, and I know iOS 11 came out today, so I think that has all the AR kit stuff. And if you think about the way your phone can interact with a computer, that's a pretty cool, like your phone, the way you can use a camera and interact with your real world.
Yeah.
That's a really exciting.
Yeah, to be able to do facial tracking and eye tracking.
Even like just some of the things where like you could use your phone to measure something, and just like the camera with all that information. Oh, we actually game
we ran out of
over.
lives. Back
We
then
game
had
over.
lives.
But I never even saw the amount of lives. Wow, how bad are we? We just gamed over. Okay, we do have a number of lives at the top of the screen. Okay, well.
I think it's our new game with 4 lives.
So
I was busy thinking of an answer to your.
Oh, what was your answer on the question? Sorry.
I just like that new things constantly happen, forcing you to change. I was making games in the 16-bit era, and when 3D came around, it was just this insane revolution of what you could do, and everything was new again. I think, can VR, AR become that next thing? Maybe it'd be really cool if it did. It needs to be that moment when everybody's got glasses or a headset or something.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of this tech comes down to, is just accessibility. And once everyone has a phone, then the innovation, grows, and we see a lot of incredible developments. But that's part of the problem with, I think, VR faces right now, is just getting adoption on a widespread level. And fortunately, we've seen some huge gains, like with the PlayStation VR, and Oculus is doing really well now. So we're just gonna have to see where things go.
Yeah.
Go back to the hub and go into a different world.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
We already did the kangaroo.
I guess
thing.
we kind of we did.
Yeah,
we're done with
I
the
got to
kangaroo
look at
thing.
The kangaroo thing.
The last hub.
Part.
Wait, I think I just
Before we
entered
died.
the.
Still haven't finished
Oh wait.
the
Okay, I'm sorry. I went to the wrong spot.
Did you?
No. I think
Oh,
so.
yeah, really leave the level. No, you're good. You're good. Level
yes,
enough.
I
Yes.
do.
So Michael John is apparently on the stream in the chat.
Oh, hey, Michael. He
Michael-
designed this level. Actually.
Michael-
Sheila the
Michael
Kangaroo. I think it
B.
was this one.
John, who Bentley the Yeti was named after, I think.
Bentley the Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Michael was a big part of design on these and
Absolutely,
and early
yeah.
Insomniac.
Yeah, Michael John. Well, pretty much, I worked with him way back at Philips Interactive Media in the mid '90s, and then he recommended me and helped get me this job at Insomniac. And so I kind of looked to him for a lot of mentorship in how to design a Spyro level. Both him and Mark Cerny had designed all the levels, I think, for the first Spyro game or the second Spyro game, and then they brought on Caroline Trujillo for Spyro 2, and then she designed a lot of the levels. And so then it was like really me, Caroline, Michael John, and Mark were designing all the levels for this game.
I think you can go in this one now. I think
Okay.
you have 10 eggs.
Yeah. All
So I
right,
think you
here
can
we
go to Tiki Land.
Hey, buddy.
I'm imagining must be like a really cool tiki bar or something inside.
I can't remember.
That's a surprise for all of us. Molten
Maybe
Crater.
Michael John can let us know. Come on, MJ,
Right,
did you make
yeah.
this map?
I want to go inside, but it won't let me.
Can you jump?
Jump over the step.
Yeah.
What? That's lame. We should have caught that. Well, one thing, yeah, that's a total bug right there. Our bug database at the time was we would tape sheets of paper to the wall, like
I
we
know,
have,
it's,
like
well, it's like
Post-its.
Corey keeps bringing us bugs every
Right,
couple
Yeah,
minutes.
I got a little
Post-its.
note. I'm getting the note. I like
Yeah.
Corey just walks in with a note.
Yeah,
for
that
me.
was our bug database. Was a wall with Post-its.
So the worst thing you could do is go out to lunch and have your bugs cleared out, because you come back and there'd be a long list of Post-it notes under your name.
So speaking of bugs, when John walked in here, he well, I guess 2 parts here. Vivalu asked, what happened with the missing music tracks and bugs in the first version of Spyro 3, which I think is the disc version you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember the missing music tracks as much as there was one bug that if you were a completionist, you couldn't finish the game, because there are these levels where you race thieves that have eggs, and on one of them, when you win the race, the egg spins up in the air and you can jump up and grab it. If you forget to jump up and grab it and quit the level, it registers that you've finished the level successfully, but it doesn't give you credit for the egg, and you can't replay the level. I think that was the nature of what we were trying to fix, and we never could, but we did fix it on the collector's edition, or
It was a collection of all three.
Yeah.
Disc that had all three
Whatever
games.
that was called. Yes. But we spent, God, I don't know how many hours and nights we spent trying to fix that one. Do you remember the music that didn't play?
I don't remember that actually. No.
The funny thing is, we still get emails about those buttons to our
Yeah.
support.
Oh really?
We still get support emails, like people like, I can't finish this,
Oh,
and it's been 17 years, and we still get support requests.
There was
Not
no
often, but-
comment sections back in those days. So God knows how many people.
Right.
what the
Countered that.
what the YouTubers would have said. I love this game. I can only get 98%. See any other questions in the chat? Feel free to ask. We'll answer some more questions as we play just a little bit more here. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I think Michael John said this. Well, it might have been the previous level. Said this level was done by Caroline.
Oh, right, the Tiki one. That's right. Yeah.
What about PAL users? The collection never came out there. Well, at this point, no one's really shipping this game anymore. Besides, I think there's the digital version on the PS3 is really the only version you can buy new. So, yeah, like there's you can
Yeah,
buy the
I-
US version, I guess.
Didn't PAL have a slightly different frame rate than NTSC?
Oh yeah,
Is
it's
there
50
something-
hertz. Yeah, PAL,
it's,
so at least
Right.
until, and maybe it was all the way to PlayStation. I think you're an egg short, maybe
I
two.
am. Yeah.
You're an egg short of a. Well, it's not a baker's dozen. It's one more than a baker's dozen. There, 14.
Maybe we'll go back to.
Let me
Tiki
go back to the
Land.
molten land to try to
Yeah,
find some more.
that's
Yeah,
it's
but
greater, right?
European CRTs all ran at 50 hertz, which did that cause problems making a game at 60 and 50? Like,
Well, the problem I remember as an artist was the NTSC liked to blur the pixels a little so we could make things like the lava look hot and glowy, where the PAL was really crisp. So if you had things with, well, like this whole game looks like now, everything was jagged and stair step,
and this is putting it through a good scaler too. I'll let you know. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
like that
Totally have
CRT,
that.
that CRT, like just everything blending. Oh man! All right, now I get. feel
yeah,
the-
I think since we were developing it in the U.S., we tended to think we'll lead with NTSC, but I believe we had a lot, maybe more fans in Europe on PAL because there's so many more PlayStations over there.
I remember with PAL, had a larger resolution. It was higher resolution, but it was 50 frames per second. So you get some draw time back with 50 frames per second,
Right.
but you'd spend it on the larger
that explains it.
resolution. So it's kind of a trade-off.
Interesting. That's fun though that you're able to save the time you saved. You're able to make the version look a little bit better in its own way at that
So
time.
James, I think you have to go back.
Oh, I need to go up
Yeah,
that
go
way.
up that little tunnel there. That's the little side route.
Right,
It's like the
that's where
secondary
you haven't been.
path. You get
Okay.
another egg.
Someone asked. So this is more of a personal question, but it was, and it's Dom. He said, "What's your personal favorite game of all time, and what's the favorite game you've ever worked on?"
Oh my
Wow.
gosh!
Wow.
Go ahead, John.
So my personal favorite game of all time is a 16-bit shooter called Gunstar Heroes. It's
Good stuff.
I mean, it was.
We'll have to have you back and play that
Yeah,
sometime.
I played that and I finished it on hard, and I got blood blisters under my thumbs from playing that.
Oh, nice.
One night that became one morning. My favorite game to work on, that's kind of, I've worked on everything here, so that's a tough question, but
They were all painful.
we're
Right.
playing
They're all fun.
Spyro, so I want to say, well, of course it was
Oh, I
Spyro,
went back
but
out.
Maybe it's Ratchet or Resistance or Spider-Man or Sunset or
Yeah.
God, it goes on and on.
Man, people are requesting to have Corey play because we're apparently so bad at this.
Right.
I think Corey's laughing over there.
I think my favorite game was a text adventure called Planetfall, which was created by Infocom. So it was all just pure text. And that's what inspired me to start learning how to program and actually make games. And I wanted to try to make my own text adventure. And then my favorite game to develop was probably Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time. That was really where I feel like it was one of the first Ratchet games where we fully realized space exploration and being able to travel through space to the different moons.
Don't
And
take this portal.
we had a lot of experience under our belts at the time, so it really felt
Just takes
like
you back out.
Oh yeah.
Don't use that one. Yes. You're fine. I was just letting him know because I took that portal and I ended up somewhere else. Oh, is there someone here who can talk to you?
Oh, it's Sergeant Bird.
Sergeant Bird to the inside of a cage. Oh, well, that's a bummer.
Oh.
He's caged. How'd you guys get voice actors for all the Spyro stuff? How was that back in the day? Like, was it as rigid as it is now? Like, I don't.
That was Jackie working with the Warner Brothers folks.
Oh, so it was all
we recorded at the Warner Brothers lot.
money bags.
Yeah.
But we always ended up getting top tier voice actors. We always kind of focused on that, even with the early games. I remember actually, I think it was in this game, we missed recording a line for one of the characters, so Ted Price actually recorded it. We're like, well, do we have a microphone and a recorder? And he did. He tried to match it as good as he can, but you can still tell it's Ted.
That's really funny.
I think it was either this or Spyro 2.
That's hilarious. Right at the end, the little patches. Sometimes you figure out at the very end of something where you can't get someone back in the studio, or how do we fix that?
I was also like, I developed games before. This was one of the first games that I noticed we actually tried to do lip syncing, where we would match. I mean, even though it's like kind of a Muppet mouth for a lot of the characters. I remember Chuck Song, who was one of the animators, would actually try to match the mouth motions. And we did that for the different languages too.
Yeah, but
I mean, it wasn't like perfect, but the fact that we
Did that, like,
put
in the
any
last
attention to it
day.
all, I know, but it was still pretty impressive.
I just remember like somehow I got stuck doing the Italian lip syncing. I have no idea why.
Exactly.
So it wasn't just you had to do
I
lip
just-
syncing. It was you had to do lip syncing for all these different languages.
Yeah.
Who was Riki?
Ricky
Wait.
Ricky Lloyd's wife.
Right.
Or ex-wife or something.
Yeah, that's right, Lloyd Murphy.
Oh, here you go.
I say her name.
We keep dying,
bad.
Yeah.
forever living in infamy.
Yeah, we had some lip sync software that you would line up the mouth to a vocal track, but since the mouth was just a Muppet mouth, there wasn't much you could do.
Yeah.
I don't think people minded.
Well,
It probably
when I
looked
first
pretty
played
good
the first
in
Spyro, I
2000.
was like blown away by that stuff. I was like, wow, their mouths actually move when they talk. That's amazing.
Let's see. We've got.
I think I'm just replaying this section
Yeah.
that's already
So
been
someone
played.
said, although if you get enough money, if you get
Yeah,
300,
that's
if you
right.
get 300 money, we can
Okay.
pay off money bags yet again.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna
'Cause
go
the man's
right
got us
here.
down.
Wait, did I go right?
What is the Agent 9 sections? I don't know. I don't think we're gonna make it during this. But what are the Agent 9 sections? Someone asked. Agent 9 sections of Spyro 3 were they sort of an experimentation for
There's your key.
girl with the
I know,
stick
got a
/
key.
ratchet?
There may be some shared DNA with Girl with Stick and Ratchet, but I think Agent 9 was just, it was this, what was he, like a science monkey, and,
Yeah, it was actually a first person. There was a first person level for one of. It was actually one of the side levels was a first person shooter, and you were shooting ninjas that were like climbing on the ceilings, and then you could run around with the little ray gun. Oh, I totally
maybe it
blew
was a
that.
resistance primer.
Yeah.
Corey, come play one life, because people in the chat are just demanding that Corey comes and
know.
play. So let's hand the controller over
All right,
here.
here we go, here we
so
go.
Corey's gonna actually play this one. No one's at the controls. God help us if it
Yeah.
crashes again or something.
All right.
We won't even know if it crashes.
Where am I going?
So
Go straight. Actually, what you can do is go to the right. I think there's another segment that we haven't played yet.
you gotta.
Okay,
Well,
so
he's
that's
trapped.
fun.
Oh,
He's
that's
trapped.
right.
I think we might have to
Okay,
pay.
so we're done
You
with
gotta
the
pay
level.
money bags off. That's the thing.
Oh,
Money
yeah.
bags
How do
is
I
there.
jump?
If we get enough gens.
X.
X is
Okay.
jump.
Wait,
and
you don't know
double.
how to jump?
Yeah,
There we
See,
go.
how much money do we have? Press triangle. I don't think we have enough. I think we're short
press
still.
another button, it'll go fast. Oh, we need 50 gems.
You need 50 gems. So if you can collect 50 gems before you die, Corey, you make everyone's life on the stream happy.
Yeah.
Everyone in the stream.
And the
Oh,
guy on
that's
the
close.
left, he might have a gem in him.
So you
Let's
can
see.
hover
One.
float. Oh yeah,
Get-
if
get
you
a
press
gem out of
square,
the
you
sky.
can charge him.
Charge him. With the
Yeah,
square.
hold square. There
we
you
go.
go. You got a
Okay.
gem.
Oh,
out
you
of
got
that. There you
one.
go.
Alright, you got
Oh, you got
There's
one.
got to be a faster way than killing 50 guys.
No, they'll be
Well, there's
around.
one to give you more.
Go there?
Like the purple ones, yeah, you can jump down there.
There's
Oh,
those
oh,
two,
oh, those the
baskets.
things to your right, those baskets. You want to
Alright.
smash
Oh,
them.
okay.
Yeah. Let's see. What's that going to give you?
They're
Some purple gems.
Are those
These
worth a couple each?
Yeah.
All right.
Something like that. 5 each, it looks like.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay, hold on. What was that back there? Can I do anything with this guy?
You can kill him.
Does he?
Oh, wait, there's a basket. That has a gem.
Michael John says
Mike-
apparently Activision explored a full Agent
Ooh.
9 game and was maybe working on it
Yeah,
because
Agent
it,
9. Right.
yeah.
So I'm supposed to like square and then X to go for to do a far jump, kind of.
Yeah, that works. too, but
Oh, you
that's-
still missed.
That's the tricky part.
Can I? So I can't really jump from one to the other without hurting myself.
I don't know.
Oh wait, there's a couple.
I don't
chat
feel so
demands-
bad now.
Got much better.
I had
The
the
chat
demo disc
demanded-
of this that came with a magazine. All
The
right.
chat demanded those purple
Oh,
ones,
that's the
man. You
purple
gotta
one,
drop
5 each. 10.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you got a
and you got a
basket,
thing.
too.
And look, there's something across
See
the
what's in
way
the
if you want to
basket.
risk.
Like, flames have totally ripped open the basket.
Oh, that was a
I got
10. So we're 15
So
away.
now, how do I get back over there without burning my butt?
I don't know. You
Well,
could make the
dash,
jump.
dash glide.
Yeah,
Dash
you have to
glide.
do a square.
How do I glide? Just
X.
You
hold down
hold,
X?
jump and then hold X, and
Square
you
X,
glide,
X.
and you can hover.
X.
Oh, and Corey dies. Oh,
Okay, well, thank
stream,
you,
you were
Corey.
wrong.
Oh, and
And
that's
he game
over.
overed us again.
Well, you sent me
Oh
on
my
a
goodness. We
I
sent
mean,
you on a we did send you on a suicide mission.
I was like saying I don't think I can jump from one to the other. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks, Corey.
Thanks,
That's
Corey.
my first and last.
Yeah, Corey's like the stream was never gonna ask for you again. That was it. We're done.
Better do a try.
But Michael John in the stream just said that apparently Activision explored a full Agent 9 video game, and I guess it was far enough along that they canceled it. So, like,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
it couldn't have just been mild exploration if it's something you can cancel.
Wow. That's news to me.
Yeah, right. See, that's how as Spyro is these days. We find out when you guys do.
I think we need to get Michael John in.
Yeah, apparently. We should bring Michael John.
He's got
Michael,
some
if you
stories
ever
to
want to
tell.
come and play some old school Spyro on the stream, you let us know, and we will make that happen, because
That'd be
that could
awesome.
be highly entertaining.
Yeah.
So I think, like, we got any other people are saying bring back Corey already.
Wait a second.
Man, you know, the amount of hatred we're getting after 1 hour of them watching us play Spyro, it's unreal.
1 hour of playing through the opening.
So we are gonna try and get a camera so you can hear from Corey from time to time.
Oh wait, we're going back to this old.
Multiplayer.
I have
you
the money
wanna-
for
you
money
wanna-
bags.
Yeah, you want to.
We can go pay money bags. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And then
Sergeant Bird is.
It's tucked away in there somewhere.
is that gonna let
Okay, let's do this. Let's free Sergeant Bird.
oh
Hashtag free Sergeant Bird.
okay, I think I got this. I think I got it, guys. Maybe. This is what happens when you don't play a video game for 17 years. You're not very good at it anymore.
I'm glad we put stairs all over the place.
Yeah, really.
We can't climb up.
Like normal video games, you just run
Oh,
up.
that was the. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. All right, money
Okay.
bags. What do you got for me?
Spyro, you're just
Take my money again. Any hints for a new Ratchet and Clank game,
Okay.
says
Oh, I
Yoko?
see.
Maybe
So
another
you're
reboot.
gonna-
No hints. No, nothing. Nothing announced. Nothing we're working on at this time. You know. Keep telling your friends about Ratchet on PS4, and you never know. All right, where are we at now? Where did this take us? This is a whole new area.
This is the thief.
Oh, this is
den.
the thief race.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is the race we were talking
Oh,
about.
No,
that,
this
or-
is just the first race. It was the final race.
Okay.
You get to.
So I have to run against.
Yeah,
you
Wait, I have
yeah.
to chase him
you
down.
Chase him, and you'll get a special egg.
Oh, okay. Give me that egg. I want to make an omelet. I mean, I want to save a dragon.
We just want to see which Insomniac is named after.
That's really like the most exciting part.
For me.
Who would have ever thought that you know, all these years
On
later?
the tangents, James.
I got you. Just cut the corners. I see.
You have to flame him or bomb
Oh yeah.
him, and then you'll
Circle,
win.
circle.
Flame it, yeah.
Oh, I can't. I was pressing circle. It doesn't work if you're
Oh, that's
charging.
right. His head's
Right.
down. Yeah.
Moira. Who's Moira?
I don't know. Moira.
That's.
Who is Moira? You don't even know? You don't
Yeah,
remember who Moira
yeah.
is? It's probably someone's girlfriend.
Could be.
Okay.
Hi, Moira.
Not Moira Bow.
Who is Stony?
Stony. That we don't.
Stony.
NPCs
We're not going to mention the real person's name.
Someone says we'll be taking Spyro on and returning it to former glory. No, Activision owns Spyro. We just made the first 3, and we still think Spyro's cool, and we hope he has good things in his future. But we probably are not going to be the ones making it. Never say never, but no plans anytime soon for us to touch Spyro. Sorry if that just shattered your dream. Flame charge glitch for the win. I don't even know what that is, but I assume there's a way to flame and glitch at the same time.
Against the thief.
Yeah, against the
see.
thief.
Yeah.
That would okay.
Well, I don't know how we let Sergeant Bird out. I assume that's later in the game. I know Ryan's going to come in here shortly as we start to wrap up here today, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow. But Ryan's going to come in to talk a little bit about some of the other news you saw today. And speaking of news today, and Corey, I hope you're ready for this, but one thing we announced today that's kind of exciting in terms of old school Insomniac stuff is that we're working with Dark Horse to bring out a Ratchet & Clank art book for the 15th anniversary. And that art book will be coming out in February of next year. It should be going out for pre-order a lot of places very soon. I would think Amazon and Things from Another World. Your local comic book store can very likely order it from Dark Horse. We're working on that right now. It's 15 years of Ratchet & Clank art. And there'll be probably some art in there you've never seen before, and commentary from the team. So that's a really, really exciting thing. And I know Ratchet fans have been asking for an art book compiling a lot of the great art that people like Oliver and Dave and Greg and Chad and Darren have created, and John.
Is this guy?
But definitely some John. John had these binders at his desk, and I spent, I don't even know, a couple days scanning them one piece of paper at a time. I'm gonna see if there's any last questions. Resistance 1. Resistance 1 is one of my favorite games. The only game I had on PS3 for a while. But was like, new hardware is always hard. We'll talk more about new hardware when we get to a Resistance show. We'll be doing future shows. We're planning to do shows 3 days a week. Just like this. Sometimes we'll be playing classic Insomniac games, but on days like tomorrow we'll be playing brand new games. So tomorrow you stop by, we'll have a whole new couch of Insomniacs. We'll be playing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which is pretty awesome. And now we're just dying rapidly. I think just no one wants a controller.
Try a different level or something here.
And Silver X Snake asked, I think he stopped in a little late, or she stopped in a little late. Yeah, we have two of the original Spyro developers here, John Fiorito, Brian Allgaier. Brian worked on Spyro 3. Did you come in on 2 or 3?
I came in at the end of 2.
So you're at the end of 2. So you worked on 2 and 3. John's been here for all 3, and ever since then. So go back, watch the rest of the stream if you're looking for more insight on Spyro. This will be archived on Twitch and on YouTube. Okay, one final question, I think. We'll got 2 left. All right, so 2 look back questions: regret or wish. Both kind of the same regret questions. Cyrita says, "What's something you wish you could have included in the series but didn't get to?" If there's anything you can remember 17 years later.
I know one thing we tried to do, and we came up a little short of our dreams, was the skateboarding rounds in Spyro 3 originally prototyped as spherical
That's right. Yeah.
You could skateboard in a swimming pool on a sphere, and you could shoot out of the pool, and you would just shoot way out into outer space almost and see this tiny little planet, and then you would come back down and land. The challenge was it looked really cool, but we couldn't figure out what to do with it. So we ended up doing much more horizontal layouts so we could have platforming challenges in there. But I mean, we eventually brought the spherical worlds back in Ratchet and figured out a way to make them.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
That was an almost.
Yeah, that would have been crazy to do. Yeah, I can't really think of anything. I was really impressed with. I've worked at so many game companies before, and we'd always ended up scrapping like 3 or 4 levels, and we pretty much kept everything that we did, and we even managed to insert those Sparks rounds, which were those 2D Sparks games, and I wanted to get them in really bad. Brian Hastings had kind of came up with them. So I ended up doing some of the lighting and the artwork for them, and then some of the other artists jumped in and we kind of made it all happen. So it was really cool just to get those final bits in that normally, get thrown onto the cutting room floor.
That's cool. Okay, so we'll keep playing this while we're talking, but we're going to bring Ryan Schneider in, who's the Chief Brand Officer at Insomniac Games, and you've probably seen him in the chat throughout today. And
Ryan.
Maybe we should make him play while he talks.
Actually, we'll play and talk about.
No,
Let's show you how good you are. Let's see how good you are at Spyro.
Not as good as Corey.
Ryan, did you want to talk about the spherical world thing?
I knew you were going to ask, and the answer is nope, no.
No, spherical worlds were great, and I'm sure we were inspired. But
So we love you, Miyamoto, son.
just Google that, kids, and
No,
you'll find
don't.
all the fun.
Don't Google
You may have noticed behind us there's this very pretty light up sign, the Insomniac Games logo. We didn't get to see this at the beginning of the game. And a part of me almost wants to reset so I can show it to you. But the old original Insomniac logo that this game has is like this red thing with a giant O. It's just the letter O and then like a giant circular.
An eye too.
Is it an eye? It was supposed to be an eyeball?
like an open eyeball.
That explains.
Yeah,
a
why
lot.
it kind of is.
Well, it's a
warped.
giant C too, so it was supposed to be.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't have a
any-
disc. I don't have a disc that has it, unfortunately. So
The opening of the game will have it.
yeah, I could. All right, I'm gonna actually. We'll just reset and we'll reset the PS2 and we'll show it here. But we updated our logo today after the first time in what 15
years, 15 plus years.
since Ratchet Going Commando maybe was the current logo essentially, or was it Ratchet 1?
No,
think
so
it was
the original
1.
Ratchet.
Ratchet
Yeah, and it was done.
1.
It was done before that. Dave Gurton did it over the course of a couple afternoons, as the story goes. So, there was a lot of. It felt like a lot of pressure in terms of, the good brand that you guys had built, and then to have the opportunity for for James and myself and Corey and Tim and Justin and so many other people who got to work on this to evolve it.
So tell us more about it. It still has a moon in it in the form of crescents, but it's a little different than what we've seen before. And actually, as we're saying that, it's going to coming up on the screen.
There it is.
There's the
Right,
Insomniac
yeah.
logo from the
Eye
90s. So
of
this-
Sauron.
yeah, it's I love that it's on a signpost
Yeah,
next to a dragon.
it looks like
egg.
one of those lawn signs, like where you have where you're voting for candidates in like local elections.
Right.
And I would say we would keep playing, but I realized we never had a memory card, so we can't resume where we left off. We just killed all our progress.
Great.
Oh well. So tell us about kind of just I don't know what else you got.
Well, I think today is a big day in Insomniac's history, right? And it's great to be a part of it. And we wanted to really tell a story with our new logo that would match how we've been thinking about ourselves as a studio over the last several years. Like a lot of people don't realize that since the last time we branded with a logo, we've made 25 games. There have been more than 200 babies of Insomniac employees. 13 new franchises have launched, and we wanted to make sure that the way we were portraying ourselves to the outside world matched how we were evolving inside the studio.
Cool.
Yeah.
It obviously came out today. Logo. It's a brand new website. So you can
New
check-
URL.
New URL. Insomniac.games. That's just it. No .com or .games now. So if you want to check out the new website, you can go there. There's also plenty of ways to interact with us besides the Twitch chat. We'll be on Twitch 3 days a week though, so you can always chat with us here. But if you have other questions or whatever, Twitter, Insomniac Games on Twitter, Insomniac Games on Instagram, on Facebook. We also have a Discord channel, which has a bunch of Insomniacs that contribute there on a regular basis. So you can find the link to that on our site and get an invite to our Discord chat. There's an Insomniac Games Reddit where we have some activity as well. And those are great ways to contact us during the week. We're going to be back on Twitch tomorrow with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Brand new guests tomorrow. Really excited to play that game. I'm going to get my butt kicked. You thought today was bad. Tomorrow is going to be bad. I wish we had gotten to this hoverboarding and it's in demo mode, because this basically was the inspiration for, or like a lot of where Ratchet's hoverboard came from.
Some of my favorite gameplay in the original Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, so pretty cool. But before we go, we did have a brand new video, and Ryan, I don't know if you want to set this up.
Yeah, so we do. First off, most important, we're hiring, and we'd love for you to join us. And we wanted to create a new recruitment video. We know people loved our music videos in the past, and we wanted to try something a little different that further reflected how we've been thinking about ourselves at the studio over the last several years. We're really excited about still really being passionate about the games that we make and the people who we make them with. More importantly, we wanted to show off the people who make the games even more so than the games themselves. Like, you can see all the games that we make on our website, but we want you to get to know who you might be working with a little bit more and what makes some of us tick. So we hope that you'll check out the recruiting video on our site on the careers page. And
we're about to play it here, actually. So
Yeah.
as we lead out, we're going to play into the recruiting video. Before we do that, I want to thank John Fiorito, Brian Algeier. Thank you guys for coming and going down a trippy memory lane.
Yeah, that was a
Thanks.
blast.
Thanks
It was
for
great.
having me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you all for watching. Like I said, hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Discord, Reddit. We'll see you back tomorrow. Same time, same channel, twitch.tv/Insomniac Games. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Really excited to play that with some other Insomniacs who we'll introduce you to tomorrow. In the meantime, enjoy this recruiting video that we've created, and should show you a little bit more of both our life here in Insomniac Burbank and out in Insomniac Durham in North Carolina. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
What will you imagine? What worlds will you create? What stories will you tell? What connections will you make? What will you accomplish? What will you change? What makes you proud? Where will your adventure lead you? At Insomniac, we are innovators. We are explorers. We are a force for good. We seek to create unforgettable experiences, and we passionately pursue being the best. This is our vision. What's yours?